Now let's talk about Texas. So Texas we are including as a region of its own because the people there think of it as a region of its own. It used to be a separate country, the Republic of Texas. I thought it was going to be in the south, but it's not in certain ways. The advantages.
Texas is very, very rich. They have lots of money from oil, and it shows in their roads and their cities. They've got piles of money, and they use it well.
They get things done. If they need a new road, they're not messing around with, two men with shovels and things. They're just laying down massive expanses of concrete across rivers and wherever they want. There is a can-do attitude. The people there are very friendly as well, to the point where this was a place where we got invited to stay around people's houses more than any other region. So they're very open and very friendly. I think because of the oil, the prices of goods are cheap. The housing, with the exception of a few places like I think Austin, was a bit more expensive. Apart from that, the housing was cheap. The Texans love being Texan. They have that Lone Star. There's lots of Lone Stars, and they have them all over the place, and they're really proud of being Texan. And that's a good thing. You want people to like where they're from. Oh, and also the food. We went to eat some Mexican food there, and it was wonderful. Really good.
Not just some of the best Mexican food, but some of the best food in the country, period. Very good.
Now, the downside is that the south of the state is quite humid. It's more like a sort of southern climate. But the north isn't, so that's good. It's much drier. Though the north did just have really scary bugs. There were things that I just didn't know what they were, jumping about all over the place. I don't really like that. And we were told that there were coyotes and violent owls, so cat ownership would be a bit perilous unless you keep the poor thing indoors.
Another downside of the north of Texas is it's right next to Oklahoma, and they get all of those tornadoes too, even if they don't have the reputation. Our friends in Dallas said they'd seen a tornado maybe once every 10 years, and I'm not sure I like those odds.
Now, I don't think it's as much of an independent region as they think, because even though it isn't part of the South, it feels a bit like the South if the South had struck lots of oil. And it's also most definitely in the Bible Belt. Geographically, it feels like as you move into Texas, the plant life's dying off, but hasn't completely died. So it doesn't really have a desert landscape. Though as soon as you cross from Amarillo, which is in the northwest of Texas, then you start getting into the desert landscape. That was Texas.